Okay, we are back at it. Episode 9, and there are so many things that I am so excited about. First and foremost, we are on location at a fabulous new listing. Can't wait to tell you more. Secondarily, you might notice Samuel's not sitting next to me, or Samuel looks very different. We've got a guest today. First and foremost, Samuel, where is he? He is doing awesome, amazing things on the other side of the country. Samuel this week is doing an Ironman in the Canary Islands. Go, Samuel. I am so proud of him. His dedication to that is just top notch. I miss him dearly, but I'm so excited to welcome our guest today. Our guest today, some of you guys might already recognize her, Miss Connie Dornan. Connie and I go way back.
Way back.
We go back almost 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
I often refer to her as my North Shore counterpart.
Yep.
Sometimes as a twin.
Sometimes.
I'm the younger version.
She's a little more politically correct than I am.
Anyways, Connie is joining us. She made the trek in from the North Shore. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was stuck in traffic for a long time, and then I had to find parking. You don't have to fight for parking in the suburbs this much.
So Connie's joining us. We thought it would be great for everyone to hear a little bit of a different perspective coming at us from a real estate perspective, but doing it in the suburbs, right? We talk a lot about our clients that are considering all the options within Chicago. We wanted to bring in a voice that we trust. Now, as I said, Connie and I go back close to 2 decades. She has helped probably hundreds,
thousands.
She exaggerates a little bit too, but at least hundreds of Chicago home partner clients as they navigate a transition into the North Shore and vice versa.
And vice versa. A lot of my clients that have been living in the North Shore have raised their kids have moved off. Some of them have migrated back into the city. And of course, I refer over to the lovely Amanda.
Absolutely. So Connie, give me a little bit of background on you outside of what I can just talk about in terms of bragging how you are, in my opinion, one of the best agents on the North Shore.
Well, the feeling is mutual. And definitely you're like my Irish-Jewish twin in Chicago. I'm your Greek twin in the suburbs.
Did you just call me a mutt?
I did. You got a problem with that?
No,
Millen?
not at all.
Well, in the North Shore, it's a completely different story than it is in the city. I mean, and then even just driving in today, looking for parking and the type of buildings and the architecture and everything about it is apples and oranges. So it really depends what you're looking for and what you want out of life. I'm not saying that the city is better or the suburbs are better. Of course, my personal preference is the suburbs because I don't have to worry about parking. So, but it's different for everybody.
For certain. So how long have you been in real estate?
Nearly 20 years. Yeah.
It goes quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It seems like yesterday.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I wish I knew then what I know now. I probably would have taken more risks for myself personally in real estate.
Sure.
But, that's what happens.
Right? Isn't that true for life?
Learn.
Not necessarily just real estate.
Yeah.
In life in general, we hindsight is 20/20.
Exactly.
So before we jump into some great questions that people have sent in, what have you been up to?
Getting ready for the summer season with my clients. Some clients are getting ready for the spring season. So we're getting all those outdoor pictures ready and landscaping and tarting up the house and making any repairs, getting ready for the spring season. I still have a lot of buyers that didn't get something in the first 2 quarters of this year. So we're looking at really attacking the 3rd and 4th quarter of this year, defining something. And I think we're going to get some deals.
Nice. Now, here's a hard question for you. And I can say it's a hard question because I know you and I know the idea of free time is not a word that you associate well with. What have you been doing in your free time?
It's like the first 2 quarters of real estate. I mean, you don't have free time this time of year. My free time is like at the latter part of the year. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I mean, I thrive. This is what gives me energy and happiness is doing what I do every day.
No, as you and I both always say, if you're going to work at the capacity and the level and the hours that we do, you have to love what you do.
Exactly. What do you do for free time?
What do I do for free time? Well, as you know, I got 2 little girls that are running me ragged. I just don't sleep. It's what I do.
She's a vampire.
There's a small amount of time that I go into my casket to recharge and come forth the next day. So the school year is coming to an end for the girls. So that's been
Awesome.
very exciting. There've been a
Good.
few extra field trips. There've been a
Good.
few extra outings. As you know, we have a farm. We got out there for
Right.
about 36 hours on Memorial Day, which was a ton of fun to
Wonderful.
disconnect from this work and plug into some good manual labor.
Oh,
My girls,
I really enjoy that. I love the manual, that physical thing of going out there and pulling weeds and
you're
clearing the
hired.
Yeah, I
You
love
let
it.
us know when.
Oh, sure.
So we were out there for Memorial Day for 36 hours. My girls were in a toad catching contest. That was a little bit more preferable to me than the last time we were out there when they were in a gardener snake catching contest.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the fact that they're getting dirty and being
That's
kids.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, which reminds me, I am doing something this summer. I am going to London. First and foremost, it's going to see the in-laws. I am going to see the in-laws, but really I'm going to go see Blur. I'm so excited at Wembley Stadium. So yeah, I'm going to London.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic trip for certain. And I'm glad to hear that you, even though I know you are going to be totally connected to your phone for 22 hours of the day.
I do my best business when I'm on vacation. I'm always selling a house.
There is truth in that.
And it's fun.
There is truth to that. And as you and I always talk about, there is some flexibility in what we do. As I joke with younger, newer agents, yes, we can be flexible, but it's around the flexibility of everything else we're doing.
Too true.
Before we jump into questions as well, we have the ability to be on location again.
Yep. And this is a gorgeous place.
We are in one of my favorite condo buildings in the city, 2550 North Lakeview. This building was built, I'm going to screw up the years now. Let me see. They started construction around 2010. They delivered between 2013 and 2015. At that time, this was the first building to be built on this stretch of Lakeshore Drive in 35 years.
Wow.
And when they did it, they hit it out of the park.
Wow. It's gorgeous. I walked into the front, well, I call a foyer. What do you call those things?
A lobby.
A lobby.
It's a lobby.
It's a lobby. I walked
There
in.
is door staff down there too.
I know, there was. Marvin.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. I walked in and it was just spectacular. I thought I was walking into a very fancy hotel.
For certain. I mean, the amenities here are world class. The staff is impeccable. The views are absolutely to die for. What's interesting to me is that this building essentially came to be during the housing crisis. The timing was awful. And yet still, despite every adversity, they really kicked it out of the park.
Oh, wow. I mean, and look at the finishes in this place are just truly spectacular.
Yeah, this particular unit, our client uses as a little bit more of an in-town.
Okay.
So it's one of the smaller units in the building. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You're east facing, which is the preferred side, and you're in the south tier, which is going to be a little bit more of the preferred tier as well. It's a smaller tier, less units on each floor.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, and we're really excited to get it back on the market for him. This has been a very, very long time client that we've worked with for a very long time, which is always those. I mean, we love all of our clients. The ones that we have 2 decades worth of relationships with always are very exciting for us.